Moving on to other news this evening, and campaigners have branded moves by Cardiff University to slash 400 jobs as absolutely terrifying. Several hundred descended on the Senedd to voice their opposition to the move. Cardiff University says the plans secure the institution's long-term future. Well, our reporter Mike Griffiths is outside its campus for us this evening. This is a row that rumbles on.
It certainly does, Andrea. Over the last week on this programme, we've brought you every development in a story that's really had a seismic effect just here in Cardiff, but also further afield. Today, we've had the chance to hear from people directly affected, the staff whose jobs are at risk, students who are fearful for the continuation of their courses. Today, it was their chance to put their case to members of the Senedd, the Welsh Government, and also to the university itself. A clear message at a time of crisis. Protesters today opposing Cardiff University's plans to cut 400 jobs. The move would see departments like nursing, music and modern languages shut and others merged.
You know, we contribute so much to the local society. You know, we contribute loads to the workforce, around about 270 students a year enter the local workforce from us. We produce world-class nurses at Cardiff, world-class. The difficulty is we've still got a job to do. You know, we've still got our students, they're relying on us to get through their degrees.
Well, the rain certainly hasn't dampened the spirit and strength of feeling here today. Staff, students and supporters united in calling for a major rethink to these controversial cuts.
We've all just been processing the news. We all feel absolutely terrified to qualify and terrified what this means for the profession.
We came into this hoping for a good 3 years, and you know what, the past 2 years have been amazing. They've been so emotionally and physically challenging, but at not one point you think you're going to leave. You're doing it because you care for your patients.
Cardiff University says the cuts are needed to plug a gap of more than £30 million. It and other Welsh universities have already made voluntary redundancies. Experts say the whole sector is facing huge pressures.
Everybody's talking about Cardiff University because obviously it's the biggest and the best university in Wales, and it's as if everybody's been caught by surprise. 400 jobs is obviously a big hit, and that's sort of reverberated now not only in Wales but throughout the entire sector, where politicians are now waking up to the fact that the university sector across the UK is in serious financial difficulties. It's made people realise how fragile the university sector is, but on the other side, how important the university sector is.
The Welsh Government says there is no additional funding available to support struggling universities. It says it's looking at reforming how they're funded alongside the UK Government.
The review that the UK Government is going to undertake will be absolutely key to us, but certainly we need to recognise here in Wales and to keep reiterating through these difficult times that our universities are absolutely crucial to our economy, to the fabric of our society, to education and to culture here in Wales, and I want to preserve that.
As the consultation over the plans continues, campaigners hope their voices can bring about change. You really get a sense of the strength of feeling and fear that's happening here over people's jobs, people's livelihoods and people's prospects. Last week we brought you the calls on Cardiff University to use some of its considerable reserves into hundreds of millions to do something to perhaps slow the pace of the cuts that they say are so urgently needed to be made. As you heard in my report, they say that's currently over some £30 million, a gap between what it spends on staff and other costs versus the money that it has coming in. Now, the university says that's simply not practical. That would be a one-off expenditure, and that gap would still be there next year. Calls also on the Welsh Government to do more, as you heard in the report too. Now, it says that that's simply money that would have to come from other things in its budget that are currently being debated by members of the Senedd, and that's money that would have to come from other things that also have really pressing cases. This is certainly a discussion that not only affects the university here in Cardiff, but others in the sector also facing considerable financial challenges, and that's something that will be hotly debated over the weeks to come.
Mike Griffiths at Cardiff University this evening, thank you. And you can see more on that on Sharp End tonight on ITV Wales, and that is at 10:45.